Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Saturday. It's time to talk about some more products again. Our favorite thing, right? So I'm just going to jump right into it and tell you about the products I've been using this week. The first thing is the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer, and this is the one in Sunlight. It's number 21. This is a very, very light bronzer, and you know, I think girls these days really like to see something very dark in the pan a lot of times when they're talking about a bronzer. And I'm not necessarily any different when it comes to that. I do tend to use lighter colors in the wintertime because I know I don't need a super dark color. It doesn't make sense when I'm pale, but this one is really, really, really light, as you can see on my finger. And for me, it really works better. I mean, I used it to do a little contouring, and you can maybe see a little bit right here, and I did a little bit of bronzing around the top. But for me, I mean, this is, what, 2 or 3 swipes I just did. For me, this works better as kind of just an all-over powder that, see, that's more of a normal swipe without piling it on. For me, this works better just as an all-over the face powder, sort of if you want to set your makeup or if you just want to add a little bit of color kind of all over the face. You can build it up a little bit around the edges where you might want to bronze, but this is very, very light, so that's just how it works best for me. More of kind of an all-over powder for a little added color than specifically as a bronzer or to contour. The next thing I have been using is actually a cologne for him. It's the Unplugged for him version. I just have a sample here. This is an Avon cologne, and it's actually in clearance right now, so if you're interested in it, then go check out my website and order it right away, because when they're gone, they're gone. And I think if I use this up, I'm probably going to order a couple bottles to stash away to use as gifts in the future, because I really like it. When you first smell this, it has a fruitiness to it, which I really like, because to me, men's colognes a lot of times are it's just too much. They're just too much. And this starts off with just a little bit of fruitiness that just kind of hits you, and that kind of goes away, and then you start to get, you know, kind of a more, what you would expect from a men's cologne, a little bit of pine, a little bit of woodiness, but it's softer. It's so much softer. I think there's pepper in here, and black dahlia and cashmere woods are the notes. So, you know, the pepper gives it just a little bit of that bite that we're used to with the men's cologne. I think the black dahlia is what I'm perceiving as kind of a fruitiness, and that is what kind of dries down the fastest for me. And then the cashmere woods is kind of, you know, a normal piney scent that we would think of when we think of a men's cologne, but it's a lot softer. It's not like Polo or Aspen or, you know, those pine, strong pine colognes from, you know, the mid to late 80s. It's kind of a more updated, softer, lighter, more refreshing version of it, I think. So I really like it. If you're interested in those kind of scents, or if you're a woman who likes boyfriend scents, then I would say go for it and, you know, get it before it's gone. Next is a blush. This is one of the Geo Girl blushes, and this one is in Eco Pink. It's a cream blush. These, the only place I know where you can get these are Walmart, and they're really designed for like the tweens. These are really kind of like, you know, for a young girl who is, you know, starting to use makeup. It's kind of like one step above Bonnie Bell, but still not quite, you know, not full on makeup. So this is a cream blush. It's a very pretty light pink. I like to get a little bit on my finger. This is usually how I always do my cream blushes. And just kind of rub it where I want it. I am wearing it today. And it's a very, very, very light pale pink. And it should be. It's for young girls. So, just because it's for young girls, though, doesn't mean that we can't use it as women. I actually really like it. It's really pretty for just, you know, a hint of color. This is something I would use if I wasn't doing a full face of makeup, but I just kind of wanted to run out and just wanted a little bit of color. I'm wearing it today, so, you know, you can build it up a little bit. You know, don't buy this if you are completely addicted to pigmentation, because, you know, you'd be wasting your time. Buy this if you like eco-friendly products. Buy this if you like fun packaging. Buy this if you want something subtle. Buy this if you're new to makeup. Buy this if you just like to collect makeup. There's a million reasons I can think of to try it, but just the one that I can think of to not bother with it, and that is that it's light. It's designed for a young girl, so keep that in mind. I've also been using one of the Wet n Wild Color Icon Trio palettes. This is Knock on Wood. I just did a video about it not too long ago, so you probably saw that. This is kind of pretty plummy burgundy shades with kind of a brown as a crease color. The brow bone color for me is a disappointment, I'll just tell you that. There's just not a lot of pigmentation to it, and so, you know, it doesn't do a whole lot. It's swatched pretty well, but really applying it to the eyes, there just isn't enough there for me necessarily. The crease is, you know, a nice dark brown. I had to go lighter touching that because I knew that would come off heavy. And the eyelid color is kind of in between the two. I have it all over the lid today, but this is, you know, kind of going back into the pan 3 times, and you can see that you can still sort of see the lid through it. So its swatch is really nice, but it's not the most pigmented color. You can kind of see how it does that here. Of, you know, all of the Wet n Wild colors, but there's still a lot you can do with it. And, you know, looking at the palette, these colors in the palette visually are very stimulating to me. They're very pretty colors. So this is a nice one. You know, these palettes are really inexpensive, so if you've never tried one, you might like this one. It's a decent one to start with. Next is a lip product that I'm also wearing today. It's one of the Color Whispers, and it's number 100, a Plum Prospect. I'm starting to like these more than I did when they originally came out, because I do still feel like they're less pigmented than the lip butters, the Revlon lip butters, and so that to me was kind of like, you know, why I wasn't so interested in them, because we just had all that impact with the lip butters. But they're really comfortable on the lips. I will say they don't last super duper long on the lips necessarily, but and I'll also say that the color payoff differs based on the color that you choose. So this one is pretty darn good, but some of them are, you know, very light and are not going to have a whole lot of impact, especially if you're somebody like me who has very darkly pigmented lips anyway. So just keep that in mind when you're kind of choosing colors. That might be a little bit hit or miss for you. But this one I really, really like. They're really comfortable on the lips. You know, they're nice and smooth. They're nice and, they give you that good slip. You feel pretty moisturized. I don't necessarily feel like, you know, I'm dying to go get some lip balm on. But I can also say that I've only had this on for probably 15 or 20 minutes. And I can sort of tell that it's kind of wearing away a little bit. So again, they don't stay on the lips for a super duper long time, but they are really comfortable to wear, and they have a lot of colors to choose from, so that's a benefit as well. So I'm liking these more now than I did when I first checked them out. Next is a product I just have a little sample, not a sample size, a travel size of, and it's the Pantene conditioner. This is one of the Color Preserve Shine conditioners. And now my hair is not colored anymore, so that part's kind of irrelevant. I can't really tell you for sure whether it does a good job with preserving your color or not. But I do really like Pantene conditioners and shampoos, and if you're one of those people who is saying, well, I heard such and such about Pantene, I heard is not a good enough reason to not give them a try. You know, Pantene has been around for many, many decades, and they have been revamped quite a few times, even just in the last, 15 years, at least twice that I can think of. They've had a major revamp. And so whoever is telling you, well, I heard that, probably heard it from like 1982, you know? So that's not a good enough reason. I hear that a lot in reference to Pantene, and it kind of irks me. So that's why I'm saying it now. I heard is not a good enough reason to just write something off. You really need to do your research. You need to try something out yourself. Everybody's different. You know, there's a lot of things that you can just, you know, I heard that there's such and such in it. Well, go pick up a bottle and read the ingredients and find out for sure whether there is or isn't. And then if that's an ingredient that you have an issue with, well, then don't use it. But, you know, do the research, right? I happen to really like them. I think they smell great. They work really well with my hair. I have difficult hair. I have super, super, super baby fine hair that doesn't really do anything or hold style. It tangles easily. There's just a lot of problems that I have with it, and this works really well for me. So, I really like it. And I say if you haven't tried any of the Pantene, then at least give it a try before you pass any judgment on it, because I happen to really like them. And there's my little pep talk for the day, right? And the last thing I'm going to show you is a nail polish. And this is a brand I wanted to bring up because, you know, a lot of the people who do videos on YouTube, especially in the beauty community, or who are the shoppers that people really like, a lot of them have a real shopping problem, let's be honest, and a real spending problem, and they're in a lot of trouble that nobody knows about. And the truth of the matter is that they are really suffering from depression, and they're feeding their depression, they're self-medicating with shopping, just like somebody else might do it with gambling or drugs and alcohol or a bag of potato chips, you know, or whatever. And we all know, we all can name somebody that we're watching that we know is that way, right? We know that even as amazing as we think their life looks to us and how envious we might be of what their life is like, we know that they're missing something in here and they're trying to fill that void with stuff, right? So as much as they might truly love beauty and fashion, you know, we can tell the difference. So I want to decipher the difference between that and between just wanting a little pick-me-up or just wanting something to cheer you up like one time, or just wanting a little something new because it's a new season, or maybe you don't treat yourself very often at all and you just want something new that makes you kind of smile and makes you kind of cheery, but you don't want to spend a bunch of money. The perfect thing for that, in my opinion, is the Sinful Colors nail polishes. They have a gazillion and one different colors you can choose from. I picked one that I think is really pretty for spring. This one is Sugar Rush. It's number 1169. You know, if you're looking for something, you just want a little something for yourself. You just want a little something that is new, or a little something that will cheer you up, or a little something that feels more like spring, or whatever, but you definitely don't want to spend, you know, anywhere close to $5 on it. You just want it to be a little something that is yours that kind of cheers you up. Check out the Sinful Colors nail polishes, because there are so many colors and types and finishes and, you know, styles and spring shades and fall shades. And I mean, if you can't find something, now they can sometimes be really picked over because they're really popular. So if you go to a particular store and there's only, you know, a handful of them, go to a different store, because like my Walmart, I can go to my Walmart and there are like hundreds of Sinful Colors options. They have, not only do they have like a huge freestanding kind of kiosk style section in an aisle, but they have another whole wall section of them. You know, there's just a ton to choose from. So if you're not finding what you're looking for, or if it seems like there's not a lot to choose from, pick another store. You know, you can find them in a lot of drugstores as well. They're all over the place. So just give these a try. These are, I mean, I think they're $1.99 or something like that, you know, in general. They're so affordable. You might even be able to afford to buy yourself two. Woo, right? So, you know, you're definitely not going to hit the $5 mark with it, and there's just plenty to choose from. And, I mean, this is just a pretty spring color that I happen to pick up. I have quite a few of these, and this one just caught my eye, so I just pulled it out. But if you're just looking for that one little thing, you're thinking it's spring, I just want one little thing that's new for myself, or something that feels springy, or, you know, I want to change my wardrobe a little bit, but I don't want to, you know, break the bank and go all out. Just get a nail polish and kind of change what you're wearing to sort of go with that nail polish or something, right? Okay, so that's all that I want to show you this week, and I hope you're having a great week. Tell me what you're loving this week, or what you've tried new, what you would recommend for me to try. If you make videos, tell me that you do. If you're new to my channel, then welcome, and make sure you tell me a little bit about yourself. Do all of that down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you the next time. Bye.